Okay guys, good morning. It is 11:12, according to my phone. And I'm going to tell you a little story about my morning. Okay, so, me being clever, I went to bed about 1:30 last night, I think. My mum comes in before 8, I think it was, awake to say, I'm going to work. She heard me, so I don't know, maybe I was awake or, I don't know, whatever. She wakes me up. And then I'm like, okay, bye bye. And then I'm like, alright, okay, go back to sleep, that's fine. Then she comes in my room again, she goes, oh Rachel, I think I've lost my ring. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, can you look in the bin for me? She says, it might be today's bin that hasn't been emptied, or it might have been the bin from Wednesday that I emptied yesterday. So, this ring means a lot to my mum. My stepdad bought it for her. I can't remember what it represents. I did ask her, but you know, she didn't reply in a text because she's at work. She's probably very busy and doesn't have time to be telling me what her ring represents. But there we go. This morning, I was like, right. I texted her and asked her when the bin man come, because if it's today, then I was like going to run out of bed and pull it out and, you know, do it right then and there at like 8 in the morning. And I was like, and then I texted her, she said, oh no, they come on Tuesday. So I was like, okay, good. It means I can sleep a little bit, right? Wrong. Because next door have their, I don't know, relatives around with young children and they're screaming in there. And it's too hot to have the window closed. It's too hot to have the window closed, so I had it open and I could just hear everything. And the dog was getting all wound up and it was barking and I was like, ah! So I'm gonna get up. So me, groggy, wearing just this is my pyjama. I wear like a long t-shirt to bed, right? I was wearing that and I went downstairs and I got, you know, like poo bags for the dog, right? Put them on my hands and went through the bin. I got another bin bag, opened it. It's one of the, it's really cool actually. It's white and it's got like drawstring in it out of plastic. Anyway, so I opened that up. And I was rooting through the bin and I was like checking every little packet of like all the cat food, all the like crisp packets and everything. And I got right to the bottom of the first bin bag. Okay, everything in there that glimmered or like looked possibly round and could be ring-like was a flipping like beer bottle top or, you know, along those lines, that sort of thing. And it was really frustrating because I was like, oh, I'm never gonna find it. She's gonna hate me. We have a happy ending because I have the ring here, as we know. Okay, anyway, so at the bottom of the flipping first bin bag, we had spaghetti bolognese last night. I don't know if you do this on Halloween, but like my mum used to when we were younger, but she used to put loads of cold spaghetti and dye it green with food colouring and put sweets in it, and then the people who had to trick or treat were like, oh no, because they had to put their hand in the spaghetti. It used to make kids cry actually because it was cold and there were lumps of mince and I was just like, oh, this is disgusting. I had like my hands right in there with the doggy bags on, which are really bad because my thumbs kept going through the holes and I was like covered in pasta sauce and bits of grossness from the bin and I was like, oh. But it wasn't in that one. So I went outside with wearing my pyjama top and just trainers without any socks on, but you know, it was only temporary. I went and looked in the bin, the outside bin, the green bin, because we've got a green one and a blue one. Well actually just the lids are green and blue. The blue one's recycling. Anyway, that's really unimportant, but you know, why am I telling? Okay, so I opened the lid of the green one and it was like, I was like, every neighbour's going to see me doing what I'm doing, so they're going to be like, what the hell? So I pulled this bin bag out. It was the only one in there and I was like, oh, and it was all covered in water at the bottom because it had been raining and got in the bin and I was like, oh. So I took it in and it was dripping water everywhere, which I've now cleaned up, thank you. And I opened it and it was just full of tissues at the top, loads of tissues. I don't know, someone must have spilled something or something. It was just like, not tissues, like paper towel, just like completely soaked in like gross, and I was like, oh, can't deal with this. So alas, I got some more things to put my hands, put them, just like doing this with the tissues into the other bin bags, because I had two now, because I had one that I just put everything in from the first bin and then I had the first bin which is now empty except for some mince and some spaghetti. So I was just like checking everything in. And Mum said when she this morning, she said you know, that she thinks it was when she was throwing away some flowers. So I'm just like going through, there's loads of tissues and there's some mungo hair, my dog, which was not very nice, and I couldn't get it off my bag. I was like, like that. And then I saw some petals and some stems, which is very exciting because, well, that's exactly what I needed to find. I was like, flowers! Petal, stem, petal, stem. But I didn't have like separate piles, but I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I went past all the flowers, nearly all of the flowers, and I was like, oh, this is lost, this ring. This can't be in the bin. Okay, so I've gone past all the flowers. I think it's time to prepare myself because I don't know if I can find anything else now. My parents ate lamb steaks, I think, yeah, and that's only relevant for me to remember what they ate because I can't, yeah. Anyway, so I was like, oh, lamb steak packet, and it was full. It was literally full. It was like bits of like fat and stuff they didn't eat from like the day, and it was like potato peelings and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. I'm literally just gonna. And I was like rooting through them, and I found another bottle cap. I did, but it wasn't a bottle cap. It was a ring, and I was like, because I went to reach for it because I thought this is just another bottle cap. It looked like one as well, because I don't know why. It was because like the packet underneath was white, and I was like, oh, it's just another bottle. I picked it up, and my finger went through it, and I was like, here it is. I've got it, and I started going, yeah, yeah, like Charlie Chocolate Factory, where he just wins a golden ticket, and I was like, yes, yes. And then I was like, ugh, because I put it down on the table. I turned around, and there's like spaghetti and just stuff everywhere where one of the bin bags fallen over, and I was like, ah! So I had to clean that up, and then I rang Mum, and I was like, you're gonna love me, and she was like, why? And I was like, because I found it. And yeah, I did find it, and I was very pleased that I found it. So that's just my story of today. Okay, that was very exciting for you, I know, but here we go. And I washed it, don't worry. It's all good, okay. So that was my morning, guys. I'm glad that I could share that with you. It got me up, so there we go. Maybe it was just a ploy to get me out of bed. Anyway, see you later.